This is Nathaniel Garrett Novosel, author of The Meaning of Life. And it's that time of year again, time to think about your New Year's resolutions. Lose weight, change jobs, find your soulmate. Whatever your resolution is, you have it for one reason. You think you will be happier for attaining the goal. So, why do most people give up on those resolutions by February or March at the latest? Other commitments, unexpected events, lack of time, and dwindling motivation are common excuses. But maybe there's something else, a lack of purpose behind those resolutions. Happiness is sort of a red herring. First of all, many things can make you happy, from looking good to succeeding to eating an ice cream cone. And that last one takes a lot less effort to do than the former two. Secondly, studies on happiness in a field known as positive psychology have found that people are often wrong about what they think makes them happy and conflate pleasure and fulfillment. Most importantly, recent research on meaning shows that happiness is an indicator of success, not necessarily the ultimate goal in life. Add these together, and new insight into why you're not sticking to your resolutions emerges. It's about purpose, not motivation or lack thereof. Look through your list of resolutions. The truth is that you wanted them badly enough, you would do them, but you often don't. Other things aren't more important. After all, your health is more important than just about anything. So if you wanted to lose weight or get fit or whatever, then that should be the top of your priorities. So then what is it? If you focus on happiness and think that those resolutions will make you happy, you run into two roadblocks. First of all, other things that can make you happy. And secondly, other things that might mean more to you. It's that simple. Let's take that off-cited lose weight resolution. People don't go because they'd rather sit on the couch and watch TV, which would make them happy with less effort, or they can't fit it in between work and taking their kid to baseball practice, which would mean more to them than being 5 pounds lighter. Not only that, but many people pick resolutions based on social desirability bias. In other words, they think they should want it or think that others will praise them for it. When you really scrutinize these reasons, you'll notice that it's more about meaning than it ever was about happiness. Knowing this, stop working back from what you think will make you happy to what your New Year's resolutions would be, and ask yourself what would mean the most to you to achieve. In this context, we're defining meaning as having the most significance to you and giving you a feeling of purpose. If you tie exercise to being able to spend more time with your children in your old age, you're definitely more likely to go than thinking that you'll be a little bit happier and being a little lighter. If you find more meaning in a new career path, you'll definitely pursue it more than if you thought it was just a little less stressful than your current job at a slightly lower pay. Meaning will push you through the toughest times. It's why people get up at 5 a.m. to go to a job that they don't like so that their kids can be fed and clothed. It's why people work out hours per day training for the next competition, despite it being a lot easier to sit at home and watch others do it on YouTube. They want to strive for success in the areas that matter to them. In these cases, taking care of their family or being a great athlete. So, how do you identify the most meaningful New Year's resolutions for you? Well, it's a simple formula that underlies anything or anyone trying to find meaning in their lives. First, identify growth areas that matter to you. Forget about what other people think. Forget about looking good to other people or thinking about what you might want for a moment or what might sound good in theory. Where do you actually want to be better? What would success look like in that area? Do you really want to be fit and healthy? Do you really want to spend more time with your family? Do you really want another degree or an advanced degree? Do you really want the outcomes that come from that? Do you want to be smarter? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to have a greater, more fulfilling family life? Do you want to be a better spouse? You have to truly want those things and truly see burning desire behind them, and not just some fleeting, oh, I'd like to lose 5 pounds because I'd like to look, my pants to fit a little bit better. You have to have deeper growth areas that you would want to continue to improve in the long term. Second, identify and schedule the necessary experiences. You have to find activities that will lead you to your goal so you can make progress. Experience is the medium through which growth occurs. So you have to identify and define set experiences to achieve that growth. And of course, third, you have to build desire for those experiences. Yeah, it's easy for you to say you want the outcome. It's another thing to say you want the experience. And you really have to want those experiences and want to have those experiences. If you don't want the experiences, then you probably don't really want the goal. And I mean that sincerely. You might go, well, no, I don't want to go to the gym, but I want to weigh 5 pounds less. I don't think you do. People who like to be fit and actually are fit enjoy the exercise they do, or they wouldn't be able to sustain the motivation to do it. That's why the people who do those fitness instruction programs are so freaking motivational. It's not all fake. I'm sure they have to, have some hard days where they get up and it's hard to go. I get that. Everybody has that. But if they didn't truly like to be a motivational person in their fitness instruction, then they sure as heck wouldn't be up in the front of the room jumping around like a crazy person trying to keep you motivated, especially when everyone else that they're looking at looks so miserable as they're like, ah. So you have to build the desire for the experiences themselves. My favorite thing, for me, for the gym, is I get what they call the runner's high, the endorphin high, from doing my workouts. Some people say they don't, so I can't speak to that since I'm not anyone else. But I tell you, I just go to the gym, just get there long enough to get through the workout. Then I want to finish it. And then when it's over, I feel a buzz for hours. So, that's the kind of thing that keeps my motivation going for things like that. But you have to want the outcome, and you have to learn to want or love the experience. Fourth, identify and fortify your beliefs. So negative beliefs are the easiest way to squelch desire. If you can break through any beliefs holding you back, you will get past the excuses causing your resolutions to fizzle. The number one belief in the workout one that we've been using is it's hard to work out. It takes too much time. I can't fit it in. There are a million beliefs or excuses you have that just squelch whatever desire you have. I think one of the biggest things is you believe working out is, based on the name, working out. It's hard work. And there are plenty of people who, play basketball and love basketball, and they stay fit that way. They did that study about how they had custodians. They told custodians that they were getting their entire day's worth of exercise by doing their custodial work, and it turned out that all of their bodily numbers, like blood pressure and all that fun stuff, got healthier and better, improved, without doing anything differently, just thinking, hey, I'm getting exercise, I'm exerting a lot of work, and it's good, and I'm getting paid. So it's those kinds of beliefs that can completely change your mindset to keep you motivated to do whatever it is you want to do. So if you want to start your business, or if you want to spend more time with your family, you got to identify those experiences you want to have, make sure you want to have them, and believe that they're possible to do, and then you'll actually make the effort to do it. It's a combination of desire and belief. Fifth, use your emotions as feedback. So just because happiness isn't the goal doesn't mean it's not useful. So happiness is the indicator that you've achieved the goal. And so it's feedback when you're succeeding. If you are succeeding, you will be happy. If you are not, you will be sad. And all those people go, oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. And then they beat themselves up. It somehow makes them feel better. It doesn't, just by the way. If you're not happy, then there's something wrong with three things: your experiences, your desires, or your beliefs. So figure out what it is and change it to see a change in your emotional state. Sixth, do it the right way. Cheating or making a half-hearted effort sucks all the meaning out of what you are doing. Come up with the best approach and follow it. Here, obviously, I'm referring to ethics. We all know things like, do the steroid era baseball players belong in the Hall of Fame? There's a big debate about that. You can see that cheating or doing anything improperly sucks the meaning out of it. So make sure that whatever you do is in line with your ethics. Don't cheat. Don't do anything wrong or do it I'm not saying, again, it's kind of goes with your beliefs. Things can be easier than they seem. So feel free to change your belief that things are easy, but also don't say, well, I can just cheat or I can, steal or whatever and achieve my outcome of more money or whatever. Obviously that's not going to make you feel fulfilled. It's going to detract for it. You have to do it the right way, whatever it is you do. And again, if you believe that something is wrong and it's not, then test those beliefs. You want to check, like I said, if you believe that, going out for a walk isn't really exercise. Like, of course it is. You're walking, If you would rather walk for 3 miles than do nothing, then walk for 3 miles. It doesn't, and believe that what you're doing is good for you because it is. It's better than being sedentary. So, do that. Start your business. If you actually, I'm going to use this example right here. I'm recording on my MacBook Pro, even though I probably have better cameras, because I couldn't get around doing it. I was like, I got to record these, but I want it to be perfect. Got to make sure I hate ever since COVID, grooming went out the window. So I gotta be well groomed. I gotta get the lighting right. I gotta do all this stuff, and I'm like, I gotta get the iPhone positioned perfectly and everything. And so I said, screw it. I'm just gonna record on my crappy web camera on my computer, and here I am. So do it the right way to break through those beliefs and do it. Seventh, get support. So going alone without any help is a surefire way to find excuses and be helpless when anything gets in your way. Join a group with the same goal, secure resources to help you, and have temporary outlets that can allow you to relax and recover on your journey. I was just having doing a podcast recording the other day, and they said, well, what about people who don't find growth meaningful? And it was a really good question because it almost seems to poke a hole in the argument, right? There are people who are growing but not finding meaning in it. Well, there are 3 reasons for that. First, you're growing something that doesn't matter to you. You can have the world's largest collection of bottle caps, but if that doesn't matter to you, then that's a waste of your time. So don't do it. So you got to find meaningful growth opportunities you want. But then again, you're probably not going to be collecting bottle caps if you don't care about them. So, that kind of works itself out. But the second one is more important, is you might be doing what other people think you should do because you don't know. And if you're not enjoying it, then you know that you think it's right for you because someone told you, but it's not. So there you go. But then third, which is about this topic, about getting help, is that people think growth is through effort. And, they always say, like, do you ever see grass exhausted trying to grow taller? Look how hard that grass is working. Those trees, they're growing taller. Get those extra rings on them. You see how hard they're working? Effort and growth are not the same thing. So, and my favorite example is if you're working out, if you exercise, if you lift weights, so if you weight train, for a fact that the growth does not occur while you're lifting the weights. So you go and do the bench press, you're not getting bigger and stronger from the weightlifting. You go, you relax, you sleep, your body responds to the breakdown of the muscles that you just did from the exercise, and then builds them to be stronger for next time because it expects that you'll probably have to do that again pretty soon, so it makes itself stronger. So it's the rest and the recovery that it causes, or is the medium through which growth is occurring, not the lifting of the weights. So get help, get resources, get rest. Don't think that burning yourself out is somehow a virtue. Remember that growth involves all of those components. It involves Working hard, yeah, but then resting, getting help so you can grow more. There's no bonus points for doing everything yourself, unless you like all the credit, in which case you'll get all the credit for something not as good as something better that you have to take partial credit for. So, there's that. And then finally, make a series of small choices in a positive direction. The worst thing about resolutions is that people decide to put a big goal on their list and then think that's it. Success is a series of small choices made every day, not one big choice, necessarily, that is. You're welcome to make the one big choice and change your life forever, but it's more likely that a series of small choices. There's one time maybe you see someone get hit by a bus or something and change your life forever, and then you'll never be the same. Maybe it's something like that. That's fine if that's what works for you to get you to make the big choice that you need to make to live a better life. That's great, and grow and continue to go in the direction that you want to go in. But most of the time, it's just the decision every morning, again, using the workout one, to go to the gym every day, once you get up, instead of hitting the snooze alarm. It's those choices. It's the choice to attend your kids' ball games or dance recitals or whatever. It's the choice to take that class instead of missing it. Like, those are the choices that are more likely to lead to long-term success, happiness, meaning, fulfillment, than one big choice, which you'll feel good and you'll say, oh, I'm changed forever. But if you don't change your habits, if you don't change your day-to-day, you're not going to see that change. So that above formula, those eight components, they work for anything you do in life. But New Year's resolutions are the best examples of when people look for happiness through some sort of thing they wish there were that were better in their lives. When it's really about making sure you're making progress toward a continuous growth experience to a more meaningful existence that you're seeking. It's about the journey. It's about the progress. So seek meaningful growth opportunities, and you're more likely to stick to those resolutions instead of putting them on your list for next year. So if you appreciate that guidance, if you like those 8 items, you wanted a more detailed explanation of why those 8 components are the essence of finding meaning and purpose, not just in your New Year's resolutions, but also in your life, then check out the book, The Meaning of Life, A Guide to Finding Your Life's Purpose. Thank you so much, and good luck with your New Year's resolutions.